So if you're stumbling on my channel for the first time, guys, you know, try at all. I just wonder what you've been doing the whole time. Anyways, better late than never, they say. Welcome home, guys, and hit the subscribe button because here's where Nigeria football is meticulously analyzed and delicately served with utmost precision. So at the end of this video, you would, God willing, have a firm grasp of, number one, how Nigeria was able to pull off that emphatic 4-0 victory that has handed a second chance to the African giants. Number two, the red flags that must be urgently replaced with green flags. Number three, things Shell must fix ahead of the Gabon playoff clash. And lastly, SNG man of the match. Without further ado, guys, let's hit the ground running. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right away. See, if we must be very frank with ourselves, Nigeria, we are one of the most tactically vulnerable teams in world football. What do I mean? If I were to manage Nigeria's opponent, I would have absolutely no issues dealing with the Super Eagles. Any team capable of playing dirty enough to get Osimhen subbed off, would most likely have an edge over Nigeria. Osimhen is clearly Nigeria's live wire. Out of 10 qualifying games, we played 5 without Osimhen. And guess what, guys? We failed to win any of those 5. And on the flip side, with Osimhen featuring in the other 5 games, we did not only win 4 out of those, but the Galatasaray striker netted 6 times. Is that crucial to the outcome of our games? As such, to lessen Nigeria's vulnerability as a result of either a possible outright Osimhen unavailability as a result of injury with Galatasaray, or perhaps Osimhen's potentially being subbed off midway in games, Shell needs to have the following 2 backup plans as potential solutions. Now, here's what the setup looks like. Deploy Ademola Lookman as a false number 9 with 2 inside forwards, that is Moses Simon and Samuel Chukwueze, cutting in from wide positions, provided, guys, see, I can't stress this enough, provided Simon continues from exactly where he left off in the second half of the Benin game, because he had an awful first half game. If there are no guarantees, it would continue from where he left off in the second half, then we're better off deploying Alexi Iwobi from the left side of the attack. Lookman's dribbling skills, quick feet, and ability to drop deep naturally pulls center backs. It pulls center backs out of their positions, creating spaces for overlapping runners. Atalanta uses him this way in the Serie A. He thrives when not pinned or kind of restricted as a traditional center striker. Instead of trying so hard replacing Osimhen's physicality, which is literally impossible, we should rather exploit his absence if and when it happens by creating fluidity and unpredictability. With Lookman dropping into the hole, both wingers, that is Samuel Chukwueze and an informed Simon Moses, simultaneously attack the penalty area, giving defenders multiple threats instead of just one less physical focal point, like maybe Tolu Arokodare. So as a result of this change in strategy, Shell would also need to tweak its system from 4-4-2 to 4-2-3-1 just to accommodate this backup plan when it is needed. You never know, Osimhen might not just be available. What does this 4-2-3-1 do? With the continuous absence of the likes of Olaino, this system allows the newly discovered right fullback like Benjamin Fredrick, to become what I like to refer to as auxiliary attacking outlets. So for this one, the setup looks like this. In a bid to sustaining the Sevilla striker's momentum, Shell should reward him with continuity. Pair Akor Adams with a pacey forward in a genuine 3-5-2 system. Now, who is that potential pacey striker I have in mind? Gift Orban, guys, is in fine form and it would make Nigeria even more unpredictable. I mean, they don't know this guy on the continent. We need such jokers to pull off surprises on opposition team. Remember what Amuneke did in 1994? He did not play any of the games between the first game and the final game in Tunisia 94. But when he popped up, they were busy marking Rashidi Yekini. They were busy marking Daniel Amokachi. But Amuneke caught them by surprise. This is the kind of surprise elements we need to add to this team. Sort out Gift Orban's issues, get him on board, and make him complement Akko Adams in the plan B that I have just talked about, just in case Victor Osimhen does not turn up for one reason or the other. So to the NFF, could you please just sort out whatever it is holding Gift Orban back from repping Nigeria ahead of these playoffs? Otherwise, I do not know any other pacey Nigerian striker that can complement Akko Adams up front to make this second backup plan work perfectly. So, Akko Adams over the past couple of games has proven he can finish decently. And he's got pretty much decent hold-up play as well. He's able to execute working in tight spaces better than people actually realize. So here's what I've noticed about Akko's game. He actually lacks pace. So the solution is to pair him with pure speed to stretch defenses vertically. By pure speed, Gift Orban comes to mind. So we have one striker, that is Akko Adams. He pins down defenders. The other, that is Orban, runs in behind. So this actually creates constant, dilemma for defenders. So here it is. One striker, that is Akko Adams, pins down defenders, while the other, that is Gift Orban, runs behind the defenders. So this actually creates constant dilemma, the kind of dilemma Osimhen all by himself creates. So just in case, for one reason or the other, like I've said repeatedly, Osimhen is unable to show up for those games, this is a second plan, that is the plan B, where we have Akko Adams, that is a decent finisher, and Gift Orban, who is, perhaps one of the fastest Nigerian strikers in Europe. Nigeria as a team haven't had a proper strike partnership since perhaps the Yakubu or Bafemi Martins era. This right here could actually unlock a different dimension, make us less predictable, and make us extremely dynamic enough to worry backlines. So for this kind of plan, a 3-5-2 with Wilfred Ndidi, as long as it's deployed alongside Onyeka to screen the backline, would work. This actually gives the likes of Alex Iwobi to unburden themselves of the defensive chores and concentrate on making offensive impacts in the final third, feeding both strikers, Akko Adams and Gift Orban. So we got to sacrifice one thing for the other. So here we're going to lose aerial dominance and a penalty box predator like Victor Osimhen. But guess what? We're going to gain intelligent movement, combination play, and unpredictability that defenders cannot mark man to man. It's a different ball game entirely. So given how close the playoffs are, this would actually serve as a quick backup plan just in case Osimhen becomes unavailable. So it's a shame that a couple of individual blunders by players cost Nigeria unblemished record. This dude actually took a pay cut to inherit a near impossible job, a near sinking ship. While still, the majority of Nigerians gave him absolutely no chance simply because they feel a Malian is not worthy of a Nigerian job. That's ridiculous. So nonetheless, Shell, a man of little words, rolled up his sleeves, guess what, and he quietly hit the ground running. Result, 6 games, 4 wins, 2 draws, 11 goals, and just 3 conceded. If you take away Ekong's own goal versus South Africa, again, it's flat-footedness that cost us the Zimbabwe last gasp equalizer. I intentionally use the word contributed because he was not the sole culprit for that goal. Dele Bashiru was actually the major culprit leading to that goal. Anyways, guys, add those 2 self-inflicted blunders to Nwabali's schoolboy error that led to Lesotho's goal. If you take away these 3 self-inflicted blunders, Shell could have easily, registered 6 wins out of 6, 11 goals and 6 clean sheets, which would have been more than enough to save us from the torments of playoffs. But like I've said repeatedly, the playoffs is perhaps what this Shell's team need to sharpen the rough edges, and emerge as a proper tournament ready team. A blessing in disguise, I would say. So my advice to Eric Shaw after emerging as Africa's rep for the from the Intercontinental Playoffs, God willing, is that he needs to use the AFCON as a trade-off for an impressive showing at the World Cup. Again, God willing, guys, God willing, finally, if you make it to the Mundial, there's no need to like go absolutely haywire or obsessed about winning the AFCON. We have absolutely nothing to prove. We've won the AFCON 3 times already. We might as well use the AFCON to integrate new quality recruitments. Currently, if you ask me, we need up to five supreme quality to complement the present bunch if we are to surpass, our previous World Cup showings, that is, get to the quarterfinals. It is impossible to kill 2 birds with just 1 stone. So we might as well just focus on the World Cup at the expense of winning the AFCON. Guys, who knows? Both the AFCON and a good showing at the World Cup could actually happen simultaneously. But we should not be obsessed about winning the World Cup at this time. We've done it before. Let's focus on doing things we've never done before, which is surpassing the round of 16 at the World Cup level. Hopefully we get to the quarterfinals on the shell. Why not? We've got the players. Why not? We can actually achieve this. It's all about setting the right priorities. So I had my doubts about this 20-year-old being handed a first 11 shirt. Within such a short period of time. It's a normal feeling to have. That's because I thought Fredrick was a normal 20-year-old footballer. I was wrong, guys, because it turns out this camouflaged beast is beyond normal. Is actually a very, very special talent that should not share the same career trajectory as every other normal footballer. So guys, I was wrong. I take it back. This kid actually made sure the only thing that passed him by was just the air. His position was under absolute lock and key, such that the only one time he placed his foot wrongly was met by an instantaneous rectification. So if you ask me, suddenly Fredrick is out of nowhere as important as WITHOUT Osimhen in this particular team right now, especially with the absence of Ola, as Fredrick, that is, has proven to be as capable in that position as well. Believe me when I tell you guys that I would struggle to comprehend a Super Eagles list from now on without Fredrick. It feels scary, man, thinking about it. That's how much impact this Brentford loanee has made over the past few games. Trust me, this kid will do an equally good job as a number 4. Well, they call it number 6 these days. But guys, you know what? I'm old school. I still prefer to refer to my DMs as number 4s. Anyways, guys, just to let you know, when push comes to shove in big tournaments or even in big games, generally speaking, and we need an emergency DM, look no further than Captain Fredrick. He would absolutely get the job done. Trust me on this. Guys, if we had this version of Chukwueze at the last AFCON, we would probably have won the AFCON a 4th time. See, it is as straightforward as that. That guy on his good day can actually do things for Nigeria. So Osero's team at the time lacked offensive balance. What do I mean? Everything was either happening through the left flank, that is via Lookman, or through the middle via WITHOUT Osimhen. Had we replicated Lookman's threat on the right side via Chukwueze, we would have succeeded in stretching any backline beyond repairs. Nigeria's offensive threats would have been, exceedingly excessive, such that it would have been absolutely unbearable for opponents at the AFCON. So Chukwueze looked like a hired, complete the word, I don't want to use the bad word here, with a task. Feed Osimhen. Thank you. That's enough. Please take your leave. What else? He was actually positionally disciplined, as he always remained in Nigeria's half when under attack, putting in great shifts defensively as well. His work rate in the midfield and those of Akko Adams and Alex Iwobi were the reasons we got away with Shell's 4-4-2 with just Ndidi as the sole DM. Ndidi got enough help, he got enough cover, so he covered less grounds and made less tackles. He was well protected by these 3 players. Kudos to Samuel Chukwueze for a brilliantly execution, if I can use that phrase. Please don't switch off, Samu. Keep doing this. Keep doing this, I beg. We need your fine form as we play the next 3 games that would lead us to Canada, Mexico, and the United States. Well, I had so much to say about him, but repentance obliterates past sins. As a result, I have decided to sheath my sword. However, I have a plea to extend to him. Could you please sustain your second half form against Benin Republic? We need this version of Simon, of Chukwueze, consistently to unburden Osimhen. No number 9 should be working as hard as Victor Osimhen. It is absolutely very unfair. So Simon and Chukwueze are begging. See, if we have these white men delivering killer passes consistently through 90 minutes in games for the Super Eagles, we would be absolutely unplayable. We are named Eagles for a reason, guys. What's an eagle without a wing? So like I said earlier on, these 2 players must be commended for their selflessness. They sacrificed their primary roles at different times of the game, and they embraced, secondary roles, secondary duties. Nobody would have blamed them for. Nobody would have blamed them for not doing. I have refrained intentionally from criticizing Iwobi since the last AFCON because, bro, this dude is unarguably Nigeria's most selfless player after Victor Osimhen. He takes up unfamiliar roles and thrives in unfamiliar territories and tries his best to do a decent job at the end of the day. So to get the best out of Iwobi, play him close to the box, either through the middle or from the left side of the attack. He has not been deployed in any of these 2 roles for Nigeria in at least close to 2 years. Yet he manages to, go about his duties without grumbling. As for Adams, it took us back memory lane to the Yekini Amokachi combo in a 4-4-2 system where the bull, Daniel Amokachi, would typically fall deep, contribute to the midfield chores, then pick up the ball and dash forward, hoping to find Yekini in space. Akol Adams replicated the bull in this game, just like the Lesotho game as well, and does appear to be a decent strike partner. He has formed, a decent chemistry with Osimhen. His combo with Osimhen comes only second to the Osimhen-Lookman combo in AFCON. Hopefully, Akol stays fit and stays hot in the La Liga to consolidate this huge statement of intent in the coming games. We need such players that can actually distract and deflect attention from Osimhen in those crucial games. And if Osimhen, like I said repeatedly, does not turn up for those games for one reason or the other, we can have Akol and another pacey striker bouncing off him from time to time. This is going to make Nigeria more dynamic, less predictable, and this is a good thing if we intend to qualify for the Mundial. SNG man of the match is undoubtedly the world's best striker, Victor Osimhen. No need to talk too much, I beg. He should be caged, He should be caged and taken to the zoo to live with the beasts. Too hard to be handled by human footballers. What a player, Victor Osimhen. See, don't listen to anyone asking such silly, annoying questions as, it's only playoff after all. We still have a long way to go. Why are you celebrating? Ignore and just move on. Naysayers are permanently pessimistic. First, they said CAF would not dock South Africa 3 points. When we asked why not, they said because the team they played against that is Lesotho, did not lodge a formal complaint. When that one cast, they moved on to the next one. They said those of us talking about Nigeria benefiting from Eritrea's withdrawal are merely fantasizing. It would not happen, so they said. When that one cast again, they moved to the next one. Waiting be the next one. They said there's no way Nigeria will qualify as one of the best second place teams. We asked again why. They said because Nigeria can never score as many goals to be able to qualify. Guys, that one too don't cast. See, enemies don't give up. It's up to you to ignore the noise in the market and focus on the goal in the market, which is make your purchase and bounce. So there you have it, guys. Next up, I will dive deep into our playoffs opponents, starting with the Aubameyang-led Gabonese side. I will attempt to dissect their team and extract insights that would unveil their weaknesses and strengths enough to give Nigeria the required advantage. This time around, guys, this time around, there would be no second chances. As such, we must be very clinical. We must be lethal. We must be uncompromising in our execution. I would contribute my own quota, God willing, to make this happen. So consider, guys, consider hitting the subscribe button and spread the word amongst your friends, your family, your circle generally, if you love what you just saw, because there is so much more quality content loading in this channel. It's gonna be a loaded year ahead with the Super Eagles, and trust me, you are in safe hands here in Soccer Nitty Gritty. Until next time, guys, see you soon.